Hello everyone, welcome to Angie's Drama Room. I am your meeting host Angie, where I do drama reviews on all things drama, focusing mostly on Asian dramas. And today is my final review on the Korean time travel sci-fi rom-com drama, Lovely Runner. Now, I did explain the synopsis on my first impression. You can go back and watch that if you have not watched it. I'm not going to give the synopsis here because it's just too much detailed. So we know that Sun Jae, now these are going to be spoiler alerts, okay? So we know that Sun Jae, we know that the female lead, her whole mission throughout this whole time travel was to save the fate of Sun Jae. Now, she was in a wheelchair prior, but we know her fate changed where she's no longer in a wheelchair. Now, even after they captured the villain in 2008 by the cop father, I'm assuming because she was still, and now that we're in 2023, now for good, she was able to walk. So I'm assuming at this point in time, the villain was caught prior to her incident because she was still able to walk. And what happened was when Sun Jae fell off the cliff and into the water, they guy fished him out. He's on a gurney. He had his arm was hanging out of the gurney, of course. That's always happens. You see the arm hanging out. He had his watch on. She had her watch on. And she saw the time zeroed out. And when she saw that, she ran up to the gurney and she was able to click on it and have them both time travel back to 2008. And at that point, remember the whole delivery guy thing that she thought he was a delivery boy and she took the package from it. And that's when Sun Jae first fell in love with her or first started to like her. So she thought, well, it'd be easy if they would never met. So she never walked upon him. So instead of giving Imsol the package, Sun Jae ended up just placing it on their porch and went on home. So now we're in 2023. She wakes up, and I'm trying to figure out what happened to Sun Jae. Because the whole next episode, it was all about her and she was narrating her life and how she was continuing on with her life. And then her second lead became a cop and best friend. And that's all about. And to me, my thought was, I really didn't care about what was going on with her, what happened to Sun Jae. And we didn't get what happened to Sun Jae until the end of that, maybe 5 minutes to the end of the episode. He walks upon her. They were at a award show. He was there to present an award. And he saw her steal a purse. It was a whole thing. I'm not going to explain too much about that. There was envelope swapping that happened. And she was about ready to fall back off the steps. Sun Jae grabs her into his arms. He bends over, looks at her. He's got his tux on. He got his hair. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, we need to bow to this man's parents because he's flawless. To me, he's flawless. I mean, he's tall. He's beautiful. They say he was a model actor. I can see it. So he had the nice body shape. We even saw him coming out of once they did find each other again. He comes out of a shower in the midst of steam with no shirt on. His pants were just in the right spot. Anyway, so to me, even just explaining that, to me, I think the female lead, she was very good in the show. But however, I think they could have had any female lead pinned against Sun Jae. The whole story to me was about Sun Jae. Once the time travel thing ended, and then we're going into the romantic side and how they're fated to be together. That's pretty much what it was from the episode 12 on to episode 16, 13 to 16 was fated to be together. So even though they never met in 2008, where she changed the fate where they never met in 2008, 2023, again, they ended up still meeting. And it was basically because she wrote a script about her life because she was part of the production company or agency she worked with now. And she was able to walk. And she wrote the script about what happened, their time travel script, what happened in her life. And it actually got sent to Sun Jae. And he felt so drawn to the script that he wanted to do it. But again, she didn't want Sun Jae to do it because she still had this thing in her mind that if Sun Jae's with her, then they would it'd be a risk to him, and she didn't want it to be the one again to be the person who made Sun Jae, I guess, would you say it, unalive? I guess that's what we're saying now. But however, they still met each other. Grandma was that bridge that brought them together again. And Grandma had the insight, even though she had dementia. Grandma was always the one who had that insight about them being together and about them two together. And the memories, and told her about memories and how memories work no matter what. It's just memories are always flooding into your soul. You can never get rid of memories. And so that's pretty much what happened. By the 15th episode, Sun Jae started to remember a lot of the things in flashes first. And then by the end of 15th episode, he was about ready to get hit, but his mind, he remembered a lot of things were happening with Insol, so he was trying to run to Insol to find her, and he got a migraine type of thing, and he stops in the middle of the road. This is where a villain comes in again. The villain was about ready to get caught by the best friend cop. They got a chase going on. The villain sees Sun Jae in the middle of the road. He's about ready to ram Sun Jae, but however, the cop friend was able to ram the car away from Sun Jae, but Sun Jae falls back on the road, and that's the end of episode 15. And all of a sudden, you have flashback memories coming to his mind. And that's how episode 15 ended. Now we're in episode 16. He's in the hospital. He gets up out of the hospital. He remembers everything now. He runs to Insol. Insol finds out that the villain got caught, then he escaped. He ends up getting hit by a truck, falls over a bridge himself, falls in the water, and becomes unalive. And so Insol heard that news report. Now, that's kind of interesting. Now, this stuff just happened, okay? And all of a sudden, these news reports, even papers come out, so all this news report comes out. I mean, I guess if everybody's around, you find these things out. But however, so she finds out it, and she hears Sun Jae calling her name, pretending to call her name. She didn't really hear it here, but in her mind, she hears it. And she gets out of the taxi cab. She's running towards Sun Jae. Sun Jae gets out of the hospital. Sun Jae is trying to find her, so he's running towards her, and then they meet in the middle. Now, to me, it would have been cute. I don't know. I don't think this was where it was, but I thought it would have been cute if they would have met on the Han River Bridge. That's where they met, or that's where they would run to, because that's where they figured they probably would have been. That's because the Han Bridge was always that, again, the bridge that brought them together. So I thought it would have been, but however, that's not where they met, I don't think. And so, but yeah, they met each other and they found each other, and Sun Jae revealed to her that he remembers everything, and they hug, and boom, episode 16. Basically, that's pretty much where it all begins. Them becoming more and more together. But however, I think Sun Jae really did, the character who played Sun Jae, I'm sorry, I can't think of his real name, but however, he was excellent. She was excellent too. Her acting was good, but again, to me, anybody could have pinned him. Another actress could have pinned against him, and it would have been fine too. So I still enjoyed it. I will still give it 5 flames, but there was still some plot holes, especially when it came to her disability, where she still would have been in a wheelchair, or where she still would have been able to walk. So that's one of those plot holes. Tell me what you think. Open that discussion up. Leave me a comment. What did you think? Did you think she would have been in a wheelchair, or would still been able to walk? Because if Sun Jae never met her in 2008 after she reset time, he would never have saved her. But however, did the cop dad arrest the villain prior to her accident? But then why would the villain try to stalking Sun Jae and Insol? So again, I think that's a plot hole there. Let's open up a discussion. Tell me what you think. That's my final review on Lovely Runner. I really enjoyed the show. I really enjoyed the male lead in the show. He was flawless to me. And even the female lead was very good too, but however, the male lead was the one who actually driven the show. Matter of fact, I've read somewhere where they were actually about ready to release a lot more of his shows again, another show he did. So that's how good and he was. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate all the subscriptions I've gotten. Again, I'm just started off these review shows. I'm really enjoying myself doing these reviews, and hopefully you're enjoying it too. Media adjourned.